When Boyang. Welcome to the European Shenanigan Show with Lizzie and
Alex.
welcome to the third episode. Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Right.
We don't have any updates to like topics we talked about, I think.
No, because all of it was just things that I haven't gotten evicted.
Still.
In the past week.
Still, like we're waiting for it.
we're waiting for me to get kicked out of my house. So we don't really have an update.
Which is good.
Which is good.
We're happy about that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think the topic for today's conversation is what it is like to be a foreigner in China, specifically a European foreigner in China.
And also talking to foreigners.
Yeah, talking to
to
foreigners,
nationals.
like the interaction we had with Chinese.
With Chinese, yeah. Because I feel like the whole podcast is our like experience with China. But I feel like today is more specific about like talking.
Definitely.
Talking to nationals.
Yeah. So, do you want to share the story you had with the...
You want me to start with that?
Yeah, because I cannot, like, you interact with the Chinese much more because you're, like, more like I want to meet them, I want to go out kind of person.
And also because there's no one else
around
me.
Because I go out with you and the other ones, and that's basically it. I don't really interact with the Chinese. That's basically my fault at some point because I'm not that much of a social butterfly.
Well, but that's fine. To be fair, I was quite lucky.
Yeah.
Because the Chinese that I actually are my friends are very open and very, like, even though they say that they are introverted, I don't believe that for a second. And they want to hang out, they want to talk, and also are, because we're all in the same kind of group.
But you also... I forgot what I was wanting to say.
Okay. And also, I am studying in
Yeah,
Chinese,
and they're chill.
They're very chill.
Right, so it's easy to interact with them because they're super chill.
Yeah.
And
most of them have already left the country more than once, so they understand the whole issue with, like, maybe social cues that you don't understand, or maybe, like, different vocabulary that you don't understand. Like, you don't have to be... like, I would say, absolutely, like, serious about it.
Oh, you shouldn't.
With, like, slang, like, for example, no tea, no shade, right? I say that a lot. I know it's out of, like, fashion. All
I say the B word a lot. But not in a negative way. It's just like, girl, what the heck? Like,
Yeah, me too. But I think that's also because we're Europeans, so we don't care about the insults.
Yeah.
So they understand that they can ask, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have vocabulary they don't understand, and I'm gonna have vocabulary that they don't understand. But
let's start with you, because I have stories from other people that I can share.
Oh hell yeah!
But I personally, of course, there are like social, like cultural differences, but not as much as with your story.
Situation. Okay, so for this story, the girl that we're gonna talk about is gonna be called Melanie. Okay, because one, the name is in Chinese. Two, I'm not calling out specific people. Okay.
No.
So Melanie, she is. I don't want to say she is a bad person. She's not a bad person. Okay. She's nice. She's okay. She's basic. And I don't know how to better explain that.
I'm not saying that basic is a bad thing.
Is that
but
it doesn't fit.
The both of us are very specific.
Yeah. Specific about what we like. And this type of person, it just doesn't click with me.
Yeah.
Right? Which is fine.
Yeah.
But at some point we ended up hanging out, and even though I try not to hang out with her because we don't click, she keeps trying, and I mean, there's so many times you can say no without being rude, so I try to be polite. And
You are much better with this because you still go to the meeting with them. Because I just like, oh, I'm sorry, I have something else to do. And then that's it.
yeah, but I feel bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
You're still, I care about their feelings. And I'm like, no, I won't see you in 2 years. It's fine.
Yeah, but I have to live here for another 2
I
years.
know.
And then work here, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So
Knock
in
on
the
wood.
same exact field that this person is in.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing. Don't
Exactly.
worry.
So I'm trying to be, polite, but distancing. And should I start with what happened today?
I think you should start in the, like, how you told me the story before.
Okay, so we had to do a presentation for class, right? But it was not a group presentation. It's each of us does a presentation with just sharing the topic, which is very cool.
Every time I hear someone say, "Oh, I had a presentation," I feel like we're in school and not in university.
Okay, I had a PPT.
No, it's not the way you're saying it. It's just basically, I had a presentation. It's either someone in the work space or it's like a 4-year-old. It's like, I had a presentation about deers today, or like frogs. Like, because it feels like you do presentations in university. It's just because the professor is too, like, I don't want to do classes. I want you to do it.
Yeah, a little bit.
So continue the story.
But anyway, so this person messaged me when she realized that we had the same day, and invited me to go play billiards while we talk about the topic of the presentation. And I, of course, said yes, because I thought it was going to be... Because, honestly, call me surprised, but I thought that the majority of the people was able to play billiards and talk at the same time.
It's, multitasking is quite hard.
Anyway, so I thought we were going to talk at the same time. So I was like, okay, it was gonna be like an hour, and then I'm gonna be free for the rest of the day. Turns out that it ended up being the billiards, then lunch, and then watching a movie at my place.
As someone that plays billiard, like, personally with friends at like 10 in the evening, when you said we had lunch, I was like, did you play billiards in the morning?
Morning. I had to go play billiards at 10 a.m.
That's so weird.
I couldn't even get a beer without
I was about to
guilty.
say, how do you play billiards without a smoke and a drink? Like,
you can smoke. You can smoke in the place. Anyway, that's another Chinese culture. You can smoke. Well, not actually in that place. You can't. When I go with them, we can smoke. Yeah, I'll take you someday. Anyway, we went to play billiards. Ended up in my house watching a scary movie. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Because I swear I didn't consent to it. Like,
it just happened.
It just happened.
She invited herself.
Exactly. Because this person tries, like, Melanie tries to invite herself a lot. So when we were here in my house, me being very awkward, because this is my house, right? Like, what are you doing here? I don't know you. She basically, like, implied that we were going to hang out more. And thank you to my best friend that was coming from Spain, that I didn't have enough time to deal with her. Anyway, so I was like, no, my friend is coming, whatever, right? She said, don't worry, we have time to hang out before he comes. And I'm like, get a grip. Oh my god. Anyway, so I was like, sure, like those moments that you're like, sure, we'll talk about it. You don't talk about it, it's fine, right? She didn't get the memo. The next day, she messaged me and she was like, oh, we are going to play gacha. One of those, like, games in the malls.
The little machines.
Yeah. Come. It's really close to your house, in the mall right next to your house. Come hang out. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be rude. Let's go. It's gonna be an hour. We can leave, right? This time was an hour. Thank goodness.
It sounds like you like started like a countdown. It's like, okay, 1 hour on the dot.
Because I was like, in an hour I'm leaving.
Oh, good.
Which is another thing that I'm doing on Monday. Anyway, I'll tell you
If
about it later.
if you need someone to call you on Monday and be like, hey, I have a situation,
Actually,
I can call you. Yeah.
Yes.
Easy.
Okay, at 7 p.m. Anyway.
Okay.
Maybe give it 7:10, just in case. Okay. Anyway, I go to the mall, and I find her and her alone. Which, again, who's we?
You and her, we.
Yeah, clearly. Or her and
imaginary
voices.
friend.
I don't know. The voices, bro. I don't know. Anyway.
The voices told me to invite you too.
Oh my god. Anyway, we played, right? For an hour. I came back. My best friend came around. We didn't talk until a couple of weeks ago, because we had the presentation. We had the presentation, and after the presentation, I left class, and this person with a friend followed me, and I was planning on going to the library. Well, clearly I couldn't, because she followed me around everywhere I went, like a lost puppy.
I was about to say, I imagine like a duck mom.
Literally.
And then her little thingy. Like,
and I'm sorry, but since once I adopted ducklings? Anyway, one of them went to grab lunch. Apparently, I had to also go for some reason.
It's the,
eventually,
the pressure of the group.
Yeah, and also they speaking Chinese very fast and me not understanding anything. Finally, I was able to be like, I'm going to the library and get rid of them. And since there, no contact.
Good for you.
I was doing great. Except for the moment that they decided that we were going to go to a KTV. But they didn't get back to me.
So they basically made just a plan?
Yeah. And they didn't say when.
Or where.
Yeah.
Great.
They were just like, oh yeah, we're going.
Loving this. This is triggering my German very much.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, of course I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to go. So when the day came around, I was like, well, I'm making other plans, right? I'm going to go hang out with my other friend and they can say whatever. They didn't actually make a plan, so I'm done. Well, we were supposed to, like, we didn't have any time, but I thought that, by the way that they are thinking, I thought that after lunch we would go. And around 1:30, I received a message saying, are we going now?
I cannot. What do you mean?
Now?
What do you mean?
I don't know. So I said no, I had other plans because I thought you cancelled. And the other person also said that to me. Because we were 3 in the group.
How did the third person get into that? Is it a friend of that girl?
Yeah, kind of. I think they are very together.
Oh.
But I also think that Melanie is very much like clinging to people like a... I don't know how to say that in English. The fish that gets in the... Barnacle. That was the word.
A barnacle.
Because that's what we say in Spanish, I'm sorry.
That's so cool. You're quite the barnacle. I think that's a great thing to say to your partner when you don't want them to be a little clingy. You are quite that barnacle. And not in the nice way, because they are never good.
Except when they're in rocks.
All right. Yeah.
So sometimes you can be a good barnacle.
Yeah, but we're not rocks.
Also, it's a little bit of a pain because when you step on that,
or trying to remove them. Ugh. Okay, continue.
Yeah, okay. So, the barnacle. So we went our own ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yesterday, we had a lecture, right? Because we're in university, we had lectures. And I was with the rest of the people that is under my supervisor, right? In the same row. We were all together, talking to each other, like, just having fun.
Updating each other, how
in
well
life.
you're doing.
Yeah. No, great, but we're trying. And she's not my professor's student, by the way.
Oh, okay.
She sat right in front of us. And I was doing the European thing, which we already talked about it. And
Yeah.
Lizzie also does that.
Oh, all the time.
Which is pretending to be busy so you don't have to talk to the person.
Mm-hmm. That includes that you saw the person first, so you can pretend like you're busy or in a conversation with someone else.
Exactly. Or on your phone, or like reading something, but you're like intensely reading. Right.
You have to, like, this is something you might want to practice if you want to try it, because you actually have to look busy or quite into the conversation you're having.
Yeah, like you have to be like, kind of like you're emotionally engaged.
Yeah.
In whatever conversation, because that way the other person hopefully gets the memo of like, oh, I cannot interrupt this.
Right, and if they don't get the message and they interrupt you, you have to look bewildered that they like, who? Oh, hi. Oh, I didn't see you there. It's like, oh, hi.
Sorry, I was busy.
I was super like into the text, or like, oh, the conversation was like, oh, hi. You should like. There's the look to it too.
Exactly. It's an art.
Yeah, it is.
There's no other option that I think it's only a thing in my city, which is we see each other, we pretend that we're busy until we're like 2 meters away.
Yeah.
Then we say hi. Yeah. We stop. We say, hey, how's your family?
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you answer that simple question, you leave.
Mm-hmm. We do that, but with the weather. Weather is good today.
Oh,
yeah, weather is good. The weather is a great topic for Germans.
It's just that in my city is like 100,000 people. We know each other. Yeah. So it's just like, how's the family?
Family good.
All right.
Bye. Have a great day.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Which is like the most polite version of this. Mm-hmm. But it's the same principle.
This is as much small talk as I can accept.
The German said.
And if this is like, oh, like, how was your day? I was like, no.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
No.
You know, when I was in the US, well, we'll talk about that. Anyway, so I was pretending to talk to, well, not pretending. I was talking to my friend. And this person turns around in the chair, looks at me, and he's like, oh, hi, how are you? In Chinese, obviously. I don't think I needed to clarify that, but
yeah, I think that's a good clarification.
Okay, she doesn't speak English. She was like, and I was like, good, how are you? Like trying to get out of
you're doing the very monotone, oh yeah, everything's great, thank you.
Exactly. And after I said that, I went back to talking to my friend, right? Very clear, I want to stop this conversation, right?
Obviously.
And she didn't turn around. She attempted to get in the conversation, but we were talking quite like fast in English. My friend does speak English. We were talking quite fast in English, and also about something that, we started talking about it half an hour ago. So there's no way that she could have followed
whatever
the conversation. Yeah. And at some point, she says, what?
Huh? What do you mean? It's not your conversation. What do you mean, what?
Yeah. So my friend takes the lead, and she's like, there's no problem. It's not. Mm-hmm. It's not.
It doesn't concern you.
Yeah. But like in Chinese, I'm polite. But yeah, it doesn't concern you. It's not your fucking business. Yeah, I'm sorry for all the editing that you're going to have to do.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
So, she turns back around. I talk to my friend, whatever, right? And then I leave with my friend. I don't say goodbye. Because first, I was already talking to my friend about what we were going to do. And two, I don't want to.
Like, saying goodbye, I understand that you're doing it to friends, but like...
To normal classmates? Why would I go out, like, just saying bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye?
It'd be like 20 people like, bye-bye, 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 再见, bye-bye, 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 再见, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
The one that you say 再见 is gonna be like a whole message.
That's on purpose. No, I think I never said.
You.
I think I only say goodbye to one person in class, and that's
You know, like I was just saying goodbye to the rest of the Of course, I'm gonna say goodbye to the rest of the students of my class.
Because you will.
I know them.
And you will see them a lot more.
And also because they're my friends, most of them. Not most of them, all of them.
Yeah.
It's like I quite like them.
They're the professor students. Of course, you know each other. Of course, you greet each other.
The same kind of person. Because my professor is the one that chose.
Yeah.
So
he's like, you are similar. You're similar. You're the foreigner. You're similar. You're similar. You're similar.
Even the foreigner is kind of similar. Wow. This is special.
Is that a surprise? I don't think so.
Somehow the foreigner fits.
And that's a big surprise for China. The European foreigner. It's different for the Asian foreigners in China.
And also, I think it's different for the Russians as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Russians always fit. Because
they should give us some tips.
No, because the whole thing is politics. You cannot fix your politics.
No.
But Spanish people don't need a visa anymore.
Well,
China
good for you.
30 days.
Yay!
I'm just saying.
Spanish Thank you. Come.
Come to China. Have fun. Anyway. This person, after that day, today, what the fuck?
After yesterday. The day after yesterday. Oh, today.
I am really bad in English. Anyway.
No, your Chinese is great.
See, in the end, today, I had another class. And in this class, Melanie is also there.
Mm-hmm.
And I got there literally on time. So on time. I showered in 5 minutes. I'm impressed.
Wow.
I know I'm impressed. I usually take like 20 minutes to shower. I didn't do my makeup or anything. I was like...
It was only the, special class, so that's fine.
It was only Xi Jinping class.
Yeah.
Yes, I have that class anyway. We're gonna brag over that. So I picked my spot very carefully. Not because there were a lot, but because inside the options it was the best. So there was a young man beside me, and in the middle between us, there was all his things. So no one could sit there. And then there was me next the hallway. So I knew that she couldn't sit right beside me because she has done that before. And I cannot stand it because she mumbles to herself during class.
What?
She answers the questions to her neck. You know, the question is and I'm like, you're not impressing me. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Oh, she's saying it to you.
Yeah, she's trying to impress me. Oh. And I'm like, this is a class that I don't think I should be here.
No.
Why do you think I'm going to get impressed? Please.
The class is for you to learn about China.
About Xi Jinping.
Yeah, it's important. He's the leader.
He's great. Mm-hmm. Please don't deport me.
Mm-mm.
But
Xi Jinping forever.
I don't really understand the class. No worries, yes, whatever.
No.
But whatever, because I don't really want to understand the class. I don't care about politics, Chinese politics, right now.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm doing my thing, mostly D&D, and she is low volume, just answering the questions. And at some point, last time that she did that, I was so over it that I told her, just say it out loud.
That's so cool.
Just say it to the professor. Don't tell me. And she was like, oh, no. I'm shy.
You're doing this right now. I'm cringing.
I know. Imagine me in the middle of class. Be like, I'm sorry. You're like 26, 27? You're 27 years old. We're the same age. How can you do that? Basically. Anyway.
Wow.
So I was sitting very like
strategic.
Very strategically chosen seat, right? She sat, if the hallway is to my right, the next over.
She still managed to sit next to you.
She still managed to sit right next to me. And she only brought her phone. And this is important. Because I was doing my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ignoring her assistance. Not because I want to be mean, but because I just have nothing to say. Right?
To her.
I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah, but not to her.
A podcast.
Yeah.
But not to her. Anyway, the class ends a little bit earlier, which is great. So I make a point, because I noticed that she only brought her phone. I make a point to take a long ass time getting my things. Because I had a paper from the D&D. I had the template for the D&D.
Oh, you put this all out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I had my iPad. I had my glasses that I had to put away. I had my pencil case. Wow. Once, like, 1 minute per thing. Not exaggerating, right? Honestly, thank you for the patience of the young man that was.
Yeah, I was like, I totally forgot about him.
Here's the thing: he was reading. He wasn't even understanding what was happening. He was still on his book.
Love that for him.
He didn't notice that the class ended until I stood up, and then he was like, "Eh." Was great. Anyway, so don't worry. I was not inconveniencing anybody. I think he stayed there to finish his book anyway. So, at some point, I feel like there's someone standing behind me, which is very creepy. Very creepy. I kind of like look to the side, but not fully back, because I don't want her to understand that I know she's there. But I see her in my peripheral, which sounds like I am a fucking psycho killer.
But this is something that some people have and some people don't. It might go back to our way of getting grown up and stuff, but like I see more than other people in my peripheral.
I feel like I notice more.
Yeah. I did when I was a teenager or getting into the more adult side of a teenager. It was way more.
Yeah.
Now, maybe because of China, maybe not. I'm not sure. I have the thingies that the horses have sometimes, so they don't get distracted too much. I have them sometimes, especially when I'm with friends. I'm not too aware of it. When I'm alone, much more.
I feel like when I am alone, I am not aware at all of what is happening. I don't care.
That's good.
But when I'm with friends,
you're like,
I'm like, where is everybody?
I can do the owl thing.
Where is everybody?
360.
Is everybody feeling okay?
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of situation.
Of course.
So I feel like I'm more aware of my surroundings when I am with people.
Interesting.
Unless I'm wearing headphones. Then I am very aware of what I can see. Because I don't... Well, not in China.
Music makes my visuals better.
Yeah. But not when I'm going to park. When I'm going to park, I turn it off.
Yeah. Especially going backwards. It's like, okay, music down. No.
I cannot park with the music on.
Please. How can so many people relate to this phenomenon where you park, music down?
Music down. Okay, concentration. To be fair, if there is Hosier telling me that I'm too sweet for him while I am trying to park, it is not going to happen.
No.
I am singing.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm stopping. You hear people honking. You're like,
This is the moment. This is the
Please.
moment.
Be quiet. You're honking. It's ruining the moment. I see myself in this tiny car trying to parallel park, and then there's Hosier.
You know what car I used to have? A C2 Citroen.
Oh, that's such a cute car. That's exactly what I imagined.
It was blue.
Oh, that's
But like,
great.
not like dark blue, like
No,
electric.
electric. And the music passed so loud that the doors are.
This is such a tiny car.
I feel it.
Anyway, so I feel her behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the topic. I feel her behind me, and so at some point, I obviously need to finish.
You need to leave because you need to meet me.
Yeah, whatever theater play I was trying to do, I need to finish it. So we come to act 2, which is putting on my jacket. But of course, I don't want to inconvenience anybody, so I go to like there are chairs in the back of the class that is like out of the way, so I can put on my jacket because it's cold, right?
Finally, it's getting cold.
Finally, it's getting cold. So I go there, and she follows me, and she starts talking to me, and I'm like, at this point, I am answering in English because I didn't care anymore. So I'm answering in English, and she's telling me about Monday that we're going to go play mahjong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys know what mahjong is, but it's a tabletop game, very popular in China. I'm pretty sure in English they call it mahjong.
Mahjong?
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 Mahjong? I don't know. Mahjong. Whatever, right? Very popular in China, and they have a different one in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I think a lot of Asian countries have different...
Yeah, different types.
Yeah.
It's very popular in Asia. Anyway, East Asia. Because I don't know if India...
Not sure.
Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, all those actually play that, but in East Asia, very popular. So, we're gonna go play. I don't know how to play, but it's okay because they said that they're gonna teach me. I don't think
Who's
so,
they?
Okay. You have to be 4.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, to play mahjong, you need to be 4 people, 2 versus 2.
Oh, 2 versus 2.
Apparently. That's as much as I got to know. And there's 2 people that know, 2 people that don't know. I am one of them that don't know. Anyway. And she was talking to me about what, like, if I had any preferences on the places to play mahjong. Me, the foreigner, preferences on mahjong. I don't know how to tell you this, but I've never played. She knows that I've never played because it could have happened that I played before. I've never played. I told her that I never played. Why do you think I want to have a preference over the place? I didn't even know there's places for that.
I didn't either. Like, we've been here for about a year, and there's still places in the neighborhood where you're like, I didn't know that existed here.
Exactly.
So...
I'm sure there's a bingo place somewhere.
Oh, I would love to go.
Me too.
Bingo!
You know who wants to go? My friend. Not
yeah.
Melissa, but you know, the one that's cool.
Melanie,
sorry. Yeah. I am changing her
Melanie,
name.
Melissa,
Same thing.
tomato.
Same thing. Sorry for all the Melanies and Melissas out there. This is not for you. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I tell her, just text me in the group chat. I don't care, right? And in my culture, and for the people that I know, right, that are not Spanish, but also like have some kind of social cues, understand it. That whole thing of I don't care, just text me is I need to leave. Like, I'm leaving.
There's also a very difference in how you voice it. It's like, I don't care, whatever, it's fine. And there's, I don't care, whatever.
Whatever, just text me. whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Just text me. That's
So-
a obvious. Yeah, I don't want to do.
And I said it like that.
Of
Like,
course.
whatever, just text me. Right? Which is not whatever, everything is fine, just text it to me. You know, clearly I didn't want to follow the conversation. I start leaving, and she asked me, "Where are you going? What's your plan?" And I said, "I'm going home," which is another exactly, which is another very clear sign of leave me alone. I want to be like I want to live alone, right? She didn't. And we came to a fork in the building. This is already outside of the classroom, by the way. A fork in the hallway of the building. And I said, because I saw her going for the main entrance, I said, I'm going this way. And she said, oh, I'll accompany you.
That's so nice, but no, thank you.
Anyway, this whole thing to say, this person doesn't understand social cues.
But it's not just her.
It's not just her. This whole thing is this whole story is just a big introduction.
It's the introduction for the actual topic, which is like culture differences, as you said in the beginning. I have one story of a friend. She's from Malaysia, and and she went because our school every beginning of the new winter semester has like a cultural meeting. Like they have a meeting for every culture that is presented with our school. The thing that I have in the downtown campus thingy.
The thing that we're not allowed to be there.
No, we're allowed.
We're not going to.
Something you might actually need to know is that Alex is the only Spanish person, and I'm one of the 2 left Germans here. One quit, and the other, they both came this semester, so they're here a month or something. One already left because she was like, I don't feel like this is great. And the other one is still here, but like it's not in the bubble of the foreigners that everyone knows in campus. So I think this is something you need to.
I saw her the other day.
She's super cunty, but in a good way. She's super stylish and very tall.
Oh, then maybe not.
She's like, taller than me.
Blonde. Well, I don't know. I was wearing my glasses, but I was like blonde AF alone. I think this is.
No, she has brown orange hair. I don't know how to like the hair I had when we met, but more on the little darker side.
Then
I can send you. I can show you a picture later. Anyway, so the friend went to this cultural meeting, and a lot of cultures are presented. But mostly for the people that are in the downtown campus, because it's like far away from us, and there are a lot more foreigners at that school. So she went there, and also the Chinese go there to like interact with the people that present their culture, which is great, honestly. Their country and their culture, there's so many. It looks great. It's just so far away from where we live.
It's impossible.
And it's like just one after, I think it's
2 hours.
Morning something? Yeah. And like it takes us longer to go there and come back than the actual thing is. And we're not so much into the school's activities.
Nah, I already did activities enough.
Yeah.
My degree and
I'm doing the minimum. That's possible.
I'm doing the other kind of activities.
Yeah. So she went with a Chinese friend, and he is studying, I think, something with like language studies, where you genuinely just study language and speech.
Linguistics.
Yeah, I have no clue what it is, but he's at our campus. So he's an interesting person. He speaks on a basic level a lot of languages, but just a language. He has no clue about the culture. So they went from like booth to talk to the people and like the friends that are already like made in the past, because they already been here longer. And he surprisingly spoke a lot more languages than my friend thought, but just on the basic level.
Yeah, but it's like, do you know how to say hello in more than 3 languages? Of course I do.
No, he was doing full-on conversations, but like on the surface. But he was asking questions that are not appropriate to ask someone. You know how you have like a cultural cue where you're like, okay, I can talk about this with someone else, but I cannot ask this in the first meeting. Like, you would never ask me about my opinion on Hitler the first time we meet.
I don't think I did.
No, but you didn't have to.
No, it was
I
very
think
obvious.
coming to China, my
For
opinion.
whatever reason. I think I knew your opinion.
Good. I'm so happy that was made obvious.
I think you knew my opinion about the general fastest.
Yeah.
In Europe.
We bonded about our hate about Europe quite fast. So he went from like person to person, and like he missed all the social cues. Where you're like, oh, I think he asked a Korean about North Korea. Like, yeah, what's your, like, why aren't you friends with them? And I'm like,
because I'm Korean.
And the Korean was like, I don't even know what to say.
It's like when people ask me about Catalonia.
Yeah.
But not, obviously not the same.
No.
But it's the same kind of like,
yeah.
I'm awkward now. I don't know what to say.
What do you mean?
What
So
do you want me to say?
he went there, and then I think he asked one of the Kazakhstan people why they speak Russian.
Ooh. Well, to be fair, if the Kazakhstan person was the person that we would
No, someone else.
I know.
And like he went from booth to booth. I don't remember everything he asked because she was very like in detail because it was
and
the
when I
same.
said the whole thing about the Kazakh person that we know is because he's very chill.
Yeah, he's like super chill and like
he will answer and try to
explains.
explain.
Yeah.
Not because of I hate him or
no,
anything.
or he gets offended fast. No, he's very, very cool, very chill.
But I wanted to double check.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the people we meet here are super chill, and if not, we don't really interact with them anyways.
No one.
Yeah, I know a few more.
Well, yeah.
I wonder if we think about the same person. I'm thinking about the internationals, like international relations. Okay, then we're thinking about the same person.
Okay, good.
So he...
You guys don't get any more context.
No.
Just international relations.
Yeah. Because they might eventually find us.
I don't think so.
No, I
don't think so. I don't think they don't look like the type of people to listen to.
They're very involved in their life.
Let's just say that.
Yeah. So he went from like culture booth to culture and like talked to them in their language, but never got the culture thing. So I think this is something that might be something in this country because China doesn't have to interact internationally with other countries.
Chinese people, not
Chinese people. Like, I know you have foreigners here, but as a foreigner living here, you don't have a lot of foreigners here.
Also, the foreigners that you do have, either you ignore them.
Yeah.
Or they are too polite to tell you the harsh truth of reality.
Yeah.
Which is another thing.
Yeah. So she was getting more awkward every time he like just... It's nice when someone speaks your language, but maybe
not
that's...
for that.
No, I think that's a personal opinion I have, is where you speak the language, you should know the culture, the country, their history.
At least on big strokes.
Yeah.
Like, just know what is the no-no.
Yeah. Like, there are some things you should, like... But this is also
for example, don't speak to Chinese people about Taiwan.
Yeah, or Mao.
Or Mao.
Tiananmen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are things that you cannot talk.
Yeah.
Don't talk to German people that you don't know about Hitler. Don't
the Holocaust.
Don't talk to Japanese people about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Because that's... Do you know about that drama?
Yeah.
Don't talk about to Spanish people about Franco, Catalunya. Don't talk to the people from the United States about flat earthers and Tom
You're
Cruise.
thinking about topics where we're like, what are taboo topics? Oh, if you're Republican,
Gay people.
if you are for what is it, abortion, or if you're Republican or
Literally. Oh, I know one.
Huh?
School pew pew.
Oh yeah.
You cannot talk about that.
Yeah. For
Don't
Italy,
talk to Mexicans about gangs and mafia.
Don't talk to Italians about Berlusconi.
Exactly.
Like they're
we all have like a line. If there's someone from another country that comes, the first thing that you meet is ask about that, you are going to throw hands.
Yeah, they're not going to be your friend, probably. Mm-hmm. But also, I think it's a very European thing of us to say this. Because we are forced, in air quotes, to interact with all the different countries and cultures within the EU. That we are aware of the social cues, because not forced, but we need to know. Because we are very we know that you have them. Mm-hmm. We know what to talk about, what to not talk about. So we know these cues.
I would say that it's a European, but...
No, it's a colonized thing, because I talked to the Malaysian friend and she's like, I don't even understand. It's like, oh, it's a colonized. It might be.
Not really, because the North Africans also know how to do that.
True.
And also South American also knows how to do that.
Yeah, but you have the Spanish and the French, the Portuguese and the English.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not a colonized thing. It's, in general, people that are closer in countries.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the countries are smaller.
Yeah.
In a big space. Yeah. Because the people from the United States don't understand the social cues of other countries.
Most of them not, yeah.
Of course, most of them.
Yeah.
We're doing general.
No, but it has to be, because they still speak about topics that are forbidden to talk about in other countries.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. Like, open and wild.
Yeah. Which I don't understand, but okay.
Triggering.
But people from South America, for example, is that I'm using it as an example because I had a lot of friends from there, obviously. It's the same language. Also understand each other's cultural cues. Maybe they take a little bit longer to understand cultural cues from Austria, for example.
Yeah.
But, which, by the way, one of them is the orchestra of Vienna. Just saying. But that one is like a very niche topic that you'll probably not talk about unless you're European. Mm-hmm. But they take a little bit longer to understand those, but they still understand that there's a line.
Yeah.
But Chinese people, I feel like they don't understand where's the line.
Mm-hmm.
But Koreans do.
Yeah. And
Japanese do.
Yeah.
But Chinese don't.
This might be a general thing because we have this experience. There are enough Chinese that understand it the same way. Mm-hmm. These Chinese were either studied a language that is quite different from Chinese, which is every language probably.
Can you come Japanese? Yeah.
You can read them, but the grammar is so different.
But they're from the same mother language.
Okay, yeah.
So outside of the mother language branch.
Like, I forgot my thought again. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
You're worried.
We're talking about they studied a language.
Oh yeah, so they were either studying a language and were supposed to learn about the culture and the country, or they were already abroad.
But to be fair, have you noticed? And this when we were studying Chinese and English. Mm-hmm. Have they ever told you about the sticky topics of every country that speaks English and China?
What do you mean?
I was never told that I couldn't talk about Taiwan.
Oh, no.
I knew that because I watched the news.
Yeah.
I never was told that I cannot talk about school pew pew.
No.
But I know that because I watch the news.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's part of the studying a language moment.
I know where you're going.
It's more about getting involved
with national happenings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The history part, I give it to you because there's a lot of things that it just history.
Yeah.
You know, like don't expect a Spanish to get along with a French the first day.
Don't even think that any European is okay with any European at this point. Like we still there's so much feud between each other that you have to get to the point where you're making fun of a different country together. For us, it's France and the UK.
Yeah.
Because they're the butt of the joke for every European.
Yeah. To be fair, at some point we started talking about our own countries. And about our own countries.
We think our own countries are much funnier than the rest.
Yeah.
So it's like we know that we're not the S. So we know our countries are.
We're just
the goat. What are you? 13?
No. I'm dressing like one though. I didn't want
he
to
was a skater boy.
I didn't want to put on an outfit, okay?
No, it's Friday evening. We had this planned. Why do you need an outfit? You're great. You look great. Don't worry.
You're looking great.
No, I'm wearing sweats.
Anyway, so they don't understand social cues. But you know what's funnier? They don't understand social cues not only with like sticky topics, but like with daily conversation.
Oh yeah.
Meaning, they don't understand the need to be polite in English. So when someone texts you for the first time in English here in China, they're gonna text you like they know you for 10 years. You're the bestest friend they had. And he's like, you didn't even introduce yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It's like, oh yeah, hi, I'm texting you about this. I was like, who are you? The problem also is that we're using WeChat and you can add someone on WeChat without their number or name. And you can put a different name on your account than your actual name. The Chinese do that. And there is no profile picture that is actually representing them.
Yeah, so you don't know.
Side note, we're not doing it either.
No,
we are in there. We're like, the Chinese are not doing it. Okay, we're not doing it. So
you don't need my face. Never again.
It's the olive oil.
It's the olive oil for me.
Since day one.
I should change it.
No, you should keep it. Because I definitely, every time, I'm like, oh, there's
the bottle. I should put an olive oil and wine next time. More obvious. Some jamon.
I was about to say jamon or some cheese. It sounds great.
Ah, Jesus. So yeah, they don't understand the idea, like the international communication. It's not only English, because at this point it's not just we're using English, but this is an international setting. They don't understand international setting, which is fine. I'm not expecting everyone to understand international setting.
No,
I am expecting everyone to understand basic politeness, though, and they don't. And at first I was like, well, they're young, because sometimes you get messages from like graduate students, like they're like 18. You're like, oh, they're baby. You know?
Yeah, they're
baby asking a question. Then it's fun.
Yeah.
Right? They will figure it out at some point.
But like if it's your peer, they're the same age. They're just like, yeah, I'm texting you about this. I was like, who are you?
Hi, how are you? Heart. They're like, who are you?
The way I had to get used to sending a rose to my professor.
Oh yeah. They send roses to a professor. I have to send roses to my professor.
Because we cannot write emails. We text our professors over WeChat, which is strange, first of all. And then you cannot put a smiley or an emoji there because it's weird.
Yeah, because they feel like the smiley face is like... It's like the smiley face in English. It's like condescending.
Yeah. So you send them a little rose.
You have to put emoji.
Yeah.
You cannot just send it out
only
because no one does that. You have to put the rose. which I don't get.
I don't either, but I do it. I just follow the queue.
Exactly, same. Because we're used to following the queue.
Yeah.
But they're not. So whenever they start new WhatsApp WeChat conversation with "Hi, how are you doing?" Heart. You're like, whoa.
But something that I am very like, maybe it's just the person or the people I talk to on WeChat that are Chinese, they get to the point quick.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Hi, I'm texting you about this. This is what you have to do. Please send in this." Or like,
wait until they can get some connection with you. Then they do the whole Chinese thing.
oh, they do.
Yeah, sometimes.
My person in the class, she's like, "Hi, how are you? Everything's good. Here are the things you need to do by this time." I was like, "Thank you."
I think she thinks that you love it like that because you're German.
Yeah, probably. Like, she is, oh, I love her so much from the bottom of my heart. She's the greatest person for me right now. Like, oh, could kiss your heart.
My conversations are very much like, they start going to the point. Like, the first part of the conversation is always like, I'm texting because of this. But then it's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, whatever is more convenient.
Yeah.
No, whatever is more convenient for you.
but she does that too. They're very like, if you get to know them, they're very like, "Oh, I'm accommodating to you," and you're like, "But I want to accommodate to you because you're the person that is like taking care of me and my issues and my problems and the stuff I have to put in for university."
So it's all like,
but when it comes to other internationals, they don't do that.
No.
When someone, like, most of the internationals that start with you or that live with you in the dorm, you get to know them and you, like, exchange WeChat, and then that's basically it. And if you are not in the same class or the same, school, you don't interact whatsoever. But if some text pops up, it's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm sitting there, "Why are you texting me? Just tell me what you want. Because I know you want something from me." We already talked about this.
Yeah, because I am, to be fair, in Spain we don't do that, but like, we do the whole
"Hi, how are you?"
And when you answer, then you would do it.
Yeah.
But I don't like that, because if you're texting me, it's because you want something.
It's
so
not.
Tell me first, so I can start.
Yeah, it's not texting a friend or whatsoever. You know that they are just texting you because they want something from you.
But we do that too. Like, when I text you, especially about this meetup, I'm like, "Hey, how are you? What about Friday?"
Yeah, but we don't really answer the "how are you." It's just Friday that time. Look, sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, great. See you then.
Drama? Right.
Yeah, whatever. Like this, kind of and it keeps happening to me that people are like, "Hey, how are you?" And I have to follow this protocol where, like, "Hey, I'm doing great. How are you? Are you like, things are doing great? How are your thesis going?" Because most of them are masters. You usually don't interact with, like, people below you.
The undergraduate?
Yeah. Because I think I'm the only master student.
I'm the only... Yeah, you're the only master student that I talk to.
Yeah. And you're the only PhD I talk to.
To be fair, there's not that many.
I think there are a lot of master students, but... Yeah. So you, like, follow this, and then you get the answer, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing great. Thesis is going great. I have a question." And then they don't ask the question. They wait for you to answer, and you're like, "Yeah, sure. What's the issue?" And then they tell you the issue. So we're talking about at least half an hour if they answer quickly, which can happen, or they take 3 to 5 business days.
It's worse than Amazon.
It is. It's worse than Taobao. Taobao takes 24 to 48 hours to give us our packages, and these mother effing people take 3 to 5 business days to answer a message that they wanted something from me.
And you have to do that, if not, you're rude.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Fair, most of them follow the American protocol.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Which is much more like... I'm sorry, Americans, but it's a waste of time.
I understand the politeness, but as a German, you are wasting my time.
Yeah, but like, to what extent is polite, and to what extent is just waste of time for wasting time?
I don't I get the social cue here, but I also never understood the "Hi, how are you?" American thing.
When I went to the US, perfect segue.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like we planned it.
Because you talked about it earlier, I was like, we have to go back to this.
When I went to the US, I lived there for 2 months. No, actually, 4 months. I was staying with my cousins, but I still had to go outside. I'm not that much of a recluse, contrary to what people are believe. So I was going to shops and all that stuff every single time. Hi, how are you? How was your day? And I'm like, fine. What? Like, my head, the only thing I could hear was, why do you want to know?
Yeah, the thing is that they don't even, like, if I'm understanding it right, they don't even care. It's just a hi.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is just a add-on to sound nice, but I'm not really interested in how you're actually doing.
No.
So every time I was in the US and someone was like, hi, how are you? Everything's fine. And you're like, I'm fine. How are you? And then you don't get an answer.
No, they don't expect you to answer.
No. They just expect I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah. They don't even expect the and you.
Yeah, because you don't get an answer on the on you. And I was like,
they just expect oh, good. We're going.
Good.
Because if someone in Spain actually asks you, like, how are you doing? They expect, like, an answer, you know? Like, they want to know. Maybe not, like, super, like, concrete or specific, but they expect, like, something a little bit more lengthy that I'm fine.
Yeah, they, like, you usually answer with, oh, yeah, super busy these days. Or,
oh, we're going. We're, you know, getting through it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The family's good, though. Like, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
the actual small talk about small talk.
Yeah,
not the
small talk is not, hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great, so what do you want?
I feel like I just went into a store in the US. It's I understand that it's your thing, but I don't get it.
But I think it's a little bit of a disservice. If the whole thing is
but that's also
of
different.
Service, like customer service, right? I think it's a little bit of a disservice because you put the standard of a random cashier in a 24/7 supermarket that probably is too tired with 2 kids that are driving her insane to give you a hi, how are you, like she cares. And that makes, like, the random barista at 7 a.m. having to say the same thing and pretend like he cares as well. And also, not only that, but then you have to go to the restaurant and they have to do that, introduce themselves before the 15-second mark. And then and he's like, I'm sorry, but it's so... It's like they're strangling me every single time I go to a restaurant in the US, and they, first of all, so many options. Why do you need so many options?
Hi, my name is Cindy. I'm your server today. I analyze myself.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? 2 very different cultures, right? The US, you go and they say your name. They say their name. They will tell you all the options, which are infinite, and then they will give you a form on your own burger. Like, do you want this kind of fries or this kind of fries? Do you want lettuce? Do you want tomatoes? Do you want dressing? Like, all these things, right? I have been going to the same bar since I was 3 with my parents. I don't know the name of the server yet. They know me, I know them, we talk. We don't know the name of each other. Because we never introduce ourselves, because it's unnecessary.
It's the customer service in the US is beyond anything beyond good anymore.
Exactly.
And it's
then you have to put a tip.
Yeah. You have to tip them because they get paid so bad.
I know. But that's not on the customer. That's on the manage. Honestly, people,
There's so
protest
many
your
things
manager.
that is like so different to us, and we come from very different cultures too.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, right? In Spain, especially in the south, people are like they usually tip.
Mhm.
But it's not tipping like, oh, you have to do 20%.
No, it's like
you
round.
You have like coins or whatever.
Yeah.
Put
Either
it
you
there.
put the coins or you're paying what, I don't know, 23 something. You just go 25.
24 or 25.
Yeah. However, the service was.
Yeah.
Like if your server was not good, just round it up to the point. If it was great, I think €5 is a lot already.
€5 for us is like almost condescending at that point.
Depends on the people that you.
Depend on the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to a mom and pops.
Yeah.
€5 is almost condescending.
Yeah. But the thing is that there are like 3 different levels of customer service.
Mm-hmm.
You have the American way,
Mm-hmm.
you have the European way, and then you have the Asian or Chinese way. I cannot generalize the whole thing because we usually just have the Chinese way. In the US, you have the, hi, how are you? What can I do for you today? In Europe, they don't even look you. They don't even greet you. They don't even care if you're in the store.
The only moment
do not ask me.
Is if you're looking for them.
Oh, yeah. But then they're usually like, what the F do you want from me? I'm trying to work here. Mm-hmm. Like, you have 2 eyes. If they're not here, they might be in the back, but I'm too busy to work in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
unless, I mean, not in a restaurant. In a
no,
restaurant, they usually like sit you down.
Yeah.
But they still don't introduce themselves.
They don't introduce themselves. They're like, okay, so what do you want to order? Okay, great. Sounds good. Your food will be here and whatever.
Any allergies? Because the only question they will ask you is if you have allergies and if you want red wine or white wine. Yeah. And then differences.
And then you have China, which is kind of a mix between the American and the European way. It depends on the store. Mm-hmm. As a foreigner, when you go into clothing stores or like stores where you can buy stuff, they will follow you. They will greet you. They will say hi, but in a nice way. When you pass them, they will not stand in the front of the store and greet you like a puppy that greets their owner. They will say hi when you pass them and mostly follow you throughout the store. Yeah.
If you're going to a restaurant, there's 2 types.
Yeah.
The ones that have everyone in the restaurant greeting you, which is very loud and very annoying. Or the mom and pops that doesn't give a single dollar unless you're like, hey, I want this. Mm-hmm. And then they care. And because, like, oh, hi, how are you?
The servers in China, they don't like pick up your order most of the time. No. You scan a QR code. Mm-hmm. You order through this. They bring you your food.
Mm-hmm. And you don't leave up a tip.
Right. That's that's rude. That's so rude. That's a social cue you should know. Do not tip whatsoever.
That's so rude.
Because it means that you think they're not good and they don't get paid enough by their country, which don't go there.
Don't do that.
So I think you have these.
Also, you can't.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do it with Alipay?
Can you tip with Alipay?
I'm sure you can at some point.
I don't think you can.
In the international one, for sure.
Oh, maybe. But you usually don't pay that way. You scan the QR code, they give you the menu, and then you get led on to like whatever payment you want to go for. There's no way of changing the amount.
Yeah. Unless you're like in a really small store that you can scan on the wall.
But then you can also give them, I think you can give them cash. They're okay with that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But don't do that.
No.
Like, never.
If you are from a country that does it completely different or is in between, something like that, please let us know, because I think this is something that's super interested.
I'm so interested on this.
That's like, let me know how people like
actually like
interact.
Do the service stuff.
Yeah.
Because even inside of Europe, I think in between, I would say, again, North and South Europe, very different. Mm-hmm. And when I talk South Europe, I mean
You were south.
what the northern people call us pigs. Portugal, Portugal, Greece,
Italy,
and Spain. Those four, the pigs.
I don't get it.
You guys do that.
I didn't know that this is a
of
thing.
But of course you don't because you don't do that. But yeah, they do that.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
so they are very similar.
Yeah, but you get into a restaurant and they greet you.
Depends. There's two types. There's a type that is like, oh, just sit whatever. But a server will tell you, just sit whatever.
They will still be nice. If you are a considerate tourist.
Yes.
If you were a Karen tourist.
They are so quick to be like, no.
If you wear flip-flops.
Oh, they were gonna look at you so weird. Unless you're like literally right next to the beach.
Or you were German wearing sandals with socks.
Oh my god. We look at you so bad.
We look at each other bad. I don't know what you mean.
It looks like what are you doing? Also, if you're going around the city without a shirt, you in Spain it's illegal. Put on a shirt. Please, I don't want to see your titties, man or women's. I don't care. Don't want to see them. They
can I think a lot of European countries can say no to your service. What's it called?
Refuse.
Refuse. Yeah. So this is a normal thing for us. There is some etiquette.
Like you cannot refuse service for racial reasons.
No, you can call the police for that. If they show up.
Even for LGBT reasons, they cannot refuse your server because that's not a valid reason. A valid reason is a dress code, meaning wearing not the flip-flops things. We're just gonna look at you weird, but wearing clothes like actual clothes, like a shirt, a t-shirt, and pants. For the kids, usually it's a little bit more relaxed. Like the kids can wear on the underside, like just the trunks, but and the girls as well, just the lower part. Like if they're wearing a one piece, they can just not wear anything.
This is also
but only for the kids.
Yeah, and that's more for the touristy spots.
Yeah,
like the ones where they are used to tourists. Mm-hmm. If you go somewhere that's very country, they don't even. There's a German saying they don't They will look at you. They will not even look at you with their behind.
Nice. I like that one.
So
yeah, exactly the same thing. If you're in the coast, they're gonna be allowing it. They don't care. Especially with the kids. With the kids, they're very nice about it because it's kids, and we know that, putting on a t-shirt on a kid is easy, but taking their trunks off and putting some pants is a little bit more tricky, especially because I don't know in other countries, but in Spain, there's no changing places. You have to do it with towel.
Oh yeah.
So it's a whole thing. So for an hour, 2 hours that you're gonna be eating, not necessary. Mm-hmm. Older people though, like teenagers and up, you have to put on clothes.
Yeah.
Actual clothes.
Yeah, please do.
Especially to walk around Barcelona. Please, people, what are you doing?
A perfect example.
Put on clothes. What are you doing? Do you not know what is in the air in Barcelona? First of all. Second of all, I don't want to see your titties.
No.
Men's or women's. I don't discriminate. I don't want to see them. Period. I was in Alicante, right, this summer. Because I was having fun with some. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was having fun with my friend. We went to Alicante. And we were literally in the center of the city, nowhere close to the beach. There were English, French, and a lot of Americans without a t-shirt. And you will be thinking, how did you know they were red?
They were the crabs.
They were the crabs. So I know where they're from.
As a European, you can tell if they're not from your country.
Oh, yeah.
Or if they're American.
Oh, if you're American. And, every summer, the Americans try to, crack the code on how we know if they're American.
It's the way you dress. I'm so sorry.
1, 2, It's the way that you walk.
Yeah.
You walk like you've never walked in your life. Like you're a baby deer, basically. So, yeah, they are a little bit. So we know, and also to be fair, you guys are loud and all this stuff, and we're loud too, but not the same kind of loud.
No, it's different.
Also, don't go to Switzerland, book a silent train, and expect to be loud. You know, it's like those little kind of things, cultural differences, I guess. The same thing here in China. In the train, people don't really talk.
They don't talk, and you don't look the people in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You look at your phone, and you wait until it's your turn to leave the train again, and that's it.
And you can talk, but very low.
Yeah. And even if, but that's different for us because we talk when we go on trips. Mm-hmm. They usually look at us, but that's a whole different experience as a foreigner as a white. Oh no, as any foreigner.
As a foreigner, they're gonna look at you no matter what, but they will look at you a little bit less if you're not talking loud. Which please do not try not to talk loud.
And no, the police is not there to have a look on you. They're just doing their jobs, okay?
They don't care.
They don't care. They're just there for everyone's safety.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, don't tell me anything bad about the police in China.
Oh, no.
Well, the police in Shanghai, I'm not gonna generalize. The police in Shanghai, because they were very nice to me. They are.
I think they're generally very nice.
I think
they might not look always nice, but if you approach them and ask them for help, or if you even look helpless, they will help you. Because that happened to me in downtown. Oh, really? I was looking for my way because I didn't know which way to go. And a police woman with like 8 guys behind stopped them all and looked at me in English, was like, do you need help? And I was like, oh, 没事没事 cute. And she's like, okay, if you need anything, I'm there. I was like, oh, okay.
Cute.
Thank you.
I've gotten not stop, but like I have asked the police before, and I did it with my friend when he was here. And I just went to, I was like, I don't know what this thing is. Let me just ask the police.
Yeah.
And he got like, oh my god.
Yeah, they get scared because they think you're gonna be like in English, and then you with your great Chinese and me with my broken Chinese are like, what?
And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, everyone gets this wrong. Yeah. You have to go this way and this way. And they're very nice about it for those things. I don't know about anything else. But like, if in general, if you haven't done anything illegal, they are not in the train because you're there.
They need to use the train too to get from one place to another.
So get the ego back to your country. Sorry, but it's true.
You saw the videos on Xiaohongshu probably too, where they're like, oh, the policemen are in this cart because they're looking at me. No,
they're not looking.
They're there for the public's safety.
You are part of the public, so yeah, kind of. But like in a limited version.
It's like, leave the part where you think everything is about you behind.
So behind. Just whenever you think that something is about you and no one said your name, it's not about you.
No.
That's it.
It's mostly not about you.
You will leave so much more happy.
Oh, yeah.
If you do that.
Yeah, and if you ignore, because this is something as a foreigner you will experience whatsoever, the people will stare at you and will take pictures and videos of you, with you. We had an experience together. We went to the movies and like left, and then a group of teenage girls were like, cute. Can we take in English? Can we take pictures with you? And then we were awkwardly like, yeah, sure, because you cannot say no.
No, because they were cute. They were like, what, 13?
Probably.
That's adorable.
So,
and I had a lot of kids talk to me, just random kids come up, especially in this street. They come up to me and they're like, oh, what are you doing?
Cute.
Like, oh, where are you going? Do you study here? Like normal questions. Where are you from?
You have the kids and teenagers that interact with you.
So cute.
Or you have the older, old generations that take pictures of you.
Yeah. Or they talk to your Chinese friends about you.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, but I do understand Chinese, and
Yeah.
they know that.
Uh,
They're like, no, you don't. For my son,
this is like they just where's she from? And you're like, I can answer that question.
I think I know that much.
I can say that, but sure, go ahead, answer his questions about me. So yeah, no, it's kind of fun.
It is fun. To be fair, the moment that you realize that it's nothing,
it's not personal.
It's not personal, and it's not
harmful or negative.
Yeah,
it's just a thing.
Bad. It's just part of life
in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, but like, you can say that because you're white. Because I've seen this thing in TikTok. Like, oh, the black experience and the white experience in China are not the same. I don't know how to tell you this, but we're both minorities here.
Very small. Very small.
We're the same.
Yeah. We're foreigners. Period.
Foreigners. They don't care if you're black or white or
brown
rainbow. They don't care. Because in their eyes, it's just foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we are more representative of the whole pale beauty standard.
Very pale, yeah.
But also, we're not that kind of pale.
No.
They want white. They don't want pinkish. They want white. You're more pink than the wall.
Yeah,
I am. The wall.
They want paper white, not Caucasian white.
Exactly. So we're not the beauty standard either. We're just white. Like, in their opinion, I still need white makeup.
Oh yeah.
Whitening creams and whitening
both of us. So, also, our skin our hair texture is wrong too.
Oh yeah, extremely wrong.
Love that.
So yeah, it's not about being. No. It's about being.
And also, why would you be offended about that? They're not being.
I think they're being extremely racist
about what? They don't say anything bad. If you smile at them, they will either smile or they will stop taking the picture and leave because they realize that they're doing something you might not like. So they're never disrespectful.
I mean, it's a little bit weird to be in a lot of Chinese stories.
I wonder at one point if we like scrolling on Xiaohongshu, which is the social media here.
It's like Pinterest, like fun.
Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr,
all of it too.
Reddit, all of it. If at one point we get there that we can see pictures of us there, like we know that there's a group in our school that photographs the foreigners and like text each other, oh, I saw the Spanish, or like, oh, I saw the Mexican. Yes. You didn't know.
I didn't know. What?
They make like secret little pictures. They're very good because I never noticed when someone takes a picture.
I only noticed once in the university. I thought they were just like...
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're here. They're there and there. And they do, like, if in university they see you, they're like little, like, behind the hand talks about you. You can see when they talk about you here.
I think I am so in my conversation with my friends.
Oh, you're
and
good.
Also because I am with Chinese friends. Yeah. So I am more like... I don't want to say that I am blending in.
No. Like, funny enough, when we're not together, our separate friend groups are only Asians. Mm-hmm. Like, we're the white ones in the Asian groups.
Like, we're the minority.
Yeah.
Well, we're the minority in the school. There's no other Spanish person. There's no other... Well, there's one other German. So, we're the minority. like my friend said, we're pandas.
Oh.
We have to protect them because we're pandas.
Great. The school cares so much about us pandas.
No. So yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot believe they take pictures of us. For what?
To let the others know where you are.
Why?
I don't know.
You
don't have to be. This is like, no. You dress.
Actually good well dressed.
No, you
So I'm
are.
like,
You
yes,
don't have to worry
cater
about it.
boy
As
from
a Europe,
14-year-old.
as a foreigner, as a European foreigner, you always way over the top dressed
Oh, yeah.
here. Like you can see so many videos where people make fun of it, but it is true.
I feel like I cannot wear my shoes.
Oh no, you have
I
to.
know, but like every single time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear these shoes, and I'm like, everyone is wearing weird white sneakers that they all look the same. For some
Me.
reason, you as well. Like, okay, I guess no dress shoes for me. Because before I came here, every day I wore I only had one pair of sneakers. The rest of my shoes are all dress shoes. Now I have 4 pairs of sneakers. I still have my dress shoes.
They're very nice.
I'm still gonna use them.
I hope so.
Of course.
So no matter, like, even if you dress down, you're still overdressed.
Yeah, because
Or
our dress
dress
down
differently.
still
Basic.
means jeans.
Yeah.
They don't think jeans are dressing. Well, no, the Chinese do. Like their basic is also kind of jeans.
Yeah, but the jeans here are built different too.
Oh yeah, they're bulky. They're like,
You never know how a Chinese girl is built because most of them always wear oversized clothes. Where you're like, are you skinny or are you just wearing a lot of like layers?
you know what's the thing? The whole thing with the pants. It's because they're very self-conscious that they don't have straight legs.
That is something that we talked once where I'm
Yeah.
like, did you notice her legs are weird? He was like, yeah, that's normal. I was like, what do you mean that's normal?
That's normal. That's genetics.
Yeah.
The fact that you have straight legs. My sister has legs. Yeah, she has X legs. Which just means that your knees, like, your legs just sit different.
Yeah.
It's not that obvious. Don't worry about it. No one cares. Literally no one noticed. Except for the Chinese women. They do notice. They do care.
They notice a lot of things.
Oh, they notice even if your hands are, like, long enough.
What?
Yeah, they want, like, the proportion of your palm and your fingers to be short palm, long fingers. And they have to be long enough fingers. And if you don't have long enough fingers, they have, like, a routine to stretch your finger. I don't think they think that works, but it's psychosomatic.
This is amazing.
Yeah. And that's why you see in Xiaohongshu so many, like, pictures of hands.
Oh, I thought it's something different.
That too. But also because they're like, oh, I want those hands are so pretty because look at that proportion.
Now it makes more sense that you see on the dating apps so many guys with their hands posted. Because I thought
it's not about the measure of the D.
Yeah, that and the whole...
No. It's
just... I will show you my
Chinese
beautiful hand.
They're like, oh, it's pale and long.
Thank you for educating me on this.
On the proportion of hands. And I know because I am very self-conscious of my hands.
Aren't we all?
100% real. I have very big palms and very short fingers.
I just measured it while you explained it. Same.
Yeah, like...
My fingers look longer because of the nails.
Yeah, but I also have nails and look.
Yeah, same.
But I have very long and very straight legs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You do. Walk. Strut.
I don't walk, I strut.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about?
I think we can still continue this topic forever because there's so much stuff we experience.
We'll talk about it more in the future.
Because those are, I think, more topics for a different thing, maybe?
Yeah, for a different day.
For, like, I think cultural-wise, we kind of talk what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So we will leave it today here.
Yes.
And
thank you for listening. Leave a comment.
If you don't
subscribe. No.
If you don't, I forgot what I was going to say. Something
you
don't. If you don't agree with something that we said about the types of service that there exist, or whether or not you want to tell us whether or not your hands are long and thin and pale. Please do share.
Yeah. Send a
Comment,
picture.
like, subscribe. Send a picture of your hands. So then more female, just a bunch of hands.
I wouldn't mind.
We'll rate the hands.
Yeah. The rating contest, who has the best hand. Please just send hands, okay? Nothing else.
Nothing else. Please don't. Oh my god, I am scared.
We can, like, we will post your pictures online, so be careful.
Exactly. Be careful. Please.
We're two very hateful people.
We're spicy little.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
我们不一样。